Hey, y'all. I didn't even know y'all was there. I'm sorry. Y'all must be ready for another review of Married to Medicine. I'm sorry, I've been really busy. I'm here now, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't even know y'all guys was sitting here. I was just checking my books and everything. So, you must be subscribed, right? So that's good. Y'all got that down, so you know I can see you. I can't see you if you're not subscribed. You can't be a patient in my doctor's office unless you're subscribed. Okay, so let's get into the show. Okay, so Dr. Scott come home from the party, from Toya's party, not Eugene's party, Toya's party. He just came home from Toya's event, and he tells Dr. Contessa what was going down. You know, Dr. Contessa is not having it. She's not feeling it. On top of that, her dad is really sick. Like, she said she picked him up from the airport and he was nodding off. Like, her dad is really, really, really sick. And my prayers go out to her and her family going through something like this. Me, myself, my dad went through something similar. My dad passed in 2012 from cancer, and I did watch my dad become very, very ill as she is watching her dad. You know, like how her dad is, like, you know, she getting real small, he's changing his body. It's a very hurtful thing to go through, to experience. You know, my heart goes out to anybody going through something like that with a parent. So for Toya to kind of like put her in that position like that during a moment when she is going through a lot, you know, it was wrong for Toya to do that. And you know that Dr. Contessa, she ain't having that, you know. So she gonna check Toya at the door, honey, at the door. They show a little scene with Quad, and she's working with the dude from Hustle and Soul. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly goes to its Power Up paintball. They invite Quad to go play, you know, paintball with them, but Quad texts them and tell them that she can't make it. And so, you know, they're a little disappointed. Well, they're not a little disappointed, they're a lot disappointed, but they still going about their day. And that's I like that, because like, hey, still have y'all fun or whatever and all of that. And it was funny when they was playing, because Dr. Heavenly was surrendering, you know, because honey, Dr. Heavenly, she got a lot of mouth and stuff. She got some action, you know. I'm not pitting her up to fight or nothing like that, but I just want to know that she got some action. You know, we know Dr. Jackie work out a lot, even though she been kind of, you know, she had her health issues too, but Dr. Jackie works out. She is very big on health, and, you know, she hold a lot of stuff inside. So I don't know what she got, you know, but Dr. Heavenly, it's like, is you all talk or what? Then we gets into Simone. We see her baby boy. He is growing up. The oldest one is off to college. Her baby boy is actually growing up. Like, his looks are actually changing. Like, he's becoming more, you know, his looks are becoming more, he's growing more into his looks, you know, you can see it. And she took him out in the nice whip and, you know, test drive with him. And it was just funny because, you know, that's how all parents is when you know, first start driving. Every little thing you do is like, put your hand on the wheel. Why are you doing that? Why are you rubbing your face? Slow down. Why are you going so fast? And then, you know, he probably was like going 20 miles an hour. But, you know, that's how it is when you first start driving. So that was a cute little scene. That was really real. But as they sat down, then it got even more real. Because you can see how the the separation, the changes in that he see between his mom and his dad, you could see how it is having an effect on him. The oldest boy, he was like around more before all this really happened. So now that the baby boy is experiencing it, it's kind of affected him a little bit because he's going through it. He's still at the house. He has to deal with it. He feels lonely because his brother gone. You know, he's dealing with a lot of emotions all at once. He growing up. His brother going off to college, one of his probably only friend he had in the house, you know, outside his parents. His mom and dad separated, one here, one there. Dad might got women coming over, who knows? You know, he just going through a whole lot of changes, and he growing up on top of that. And he's growing up in, I don't know what kind of school system he's in, or what kind of friends he has, what kind of environment he's growing up in. You know, his parents are in the public, his parents are on TV. He just got a lot going on. So I really feel for him. You know what I mean? So hopefully they can get it where it needs to be for him, and don't take their focus off of him. Even though he is growing up and you can see that he's growing up, I don't want them to neglect him. He still need that, because he's still a child, you know, even though he's growing up, and you might feel like, oh, he's fine, he's just, you know, whatever, you know, but don't just like overlook him or whatever, you know. So then Contessa is in the kitchen cooking as usual. She's been in the kitchen a lot ever since she didn't started part-time or whatever. I have noticed that she has been more of a homemaker, and you can see that she got a lot on her. Contessa, like, I really like, believe it or not, like, Contessa is like my favorite character. Not just character, person. I look at her as a person. She's not just a character. She is my favorite character on the show. I feel like I can relate to her the most. You know, like, just being trying to be successful, or being successful, and let alone, you know, still going through issues, real life issues outside of being successful, and just, you know, still knowing how to check people, but still keep it to the point where it's not too overboard where you lose everything you got. You know what I mean? So I really respect her. I really like her, you know. So she is in the kitchen cooking, and her dad is there, and her dad does look very sick. He has she says he has Crohn's disease, but as they were sitting there talking, you know, you find out that it's cancer, but he don't want to accept that it's cancer. It's really sad. That was like a sad moment, you know, because Contessa already lost her mother. Now she like going through it with her dad, and her dad is just going down, you know, so sickly. And like I said earlier, I went through that with my dad. Like, I seen my dad go from a big person to just like little, and just not eating, and just personality change, and just everything. So she is going through a lot. So Toya just like need to chill, because Toya just act like it's nothing, and I don't like that about Toya. How can you just like be so selfish, you know, to act like it's nothing? Like, that's very selfish of you. And so then we see Mariah, little girl, Lauren. She's 13 now, and Lauren just want to be a big girl. Lauren throwing out all her clothes, and she's such a cute little girl. And I'm kind of like siding with Mariah, like, as in, you know, she don't want her to throw away too much stuff, because I mean, you don't want to grow up too fast. You know what I mean? Like, I know that what it feels like to not be the it girl. You know, the it girl growing up, because like, as Mariah said, it took her a while to really bloom into a woman. And if anybody can tell you that, is me. You know, like, I didn't get attention from boys and stuff until probably like maybe 11th or 12th grade year. That's when like I started to get a little bit more attention, a little bit more. And some of the attention it just always wasn't coming from a good place. I wasn't the it factor, you know what I mean? So I didn't have the body, I didn't have all of this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, as I started to grow, then I started to get more, you know, but it wasn't womanly, you know. I wasn't very womanly as I am now, you know what I mean? So I understand that, you know, some people it take longer for others, you know what I mean? I get it. But if I could take back some of the mistakes I made trying to grow up too fast, I don't know if I want to get too deep about it, but I can just say that, like, when I had my first ever encounter with a sexual encounter with a boy, it wasn't somebody that I loved. It wasn't somebody that, and it wasn't like you know, it was somebody in high school, you know, it wasn't like, you know, some old crazy stuff, but it wasn't nobody that I loved. It wasn't nobody that I cared about. I think I was just doing it to try to like get it over with, because all the girls I was around had already had sex and stuff like that. So I just did it because it was like I wanted to hurry up and get it over with, so that I wouldn't be the girl who was a virgin. You know what I mean? So I regret it. Like, as I got older, I just regretted it a lot. You know, and if I could take back those times and be a little girl again and really think about who I'm giving my body to, I would, you know, I would take that back. So, you know, when I seen that moment right there, Like, just be a little girl. And it's hard to say that, but be a little girl. Enjoy all the little moments and enjoy all the little doll babies. And who cares who say you're a virgin? You know, don't care nothing about that, you know. But anyway, see, that's what happens, you know. So then we get to Eugene and Toya. They walking around trying to buy a new house. Okay, and the house was beautiful. Like, I'm sitting up here like, oh, that's black people goals. You know what I mean? I'm rooting like, whoop, whoop. Like, not as in I want them to make a terrible financial decision, but I'm looking at it like, dang, that's amazing. Like, if, you know, to see black people be in those positions to be able to even have the opportunity to have things that nice. Not saying to go in debt for them, but to be in a position to have nice things like that and be able to be in a point where some of the things that you go for that's nice, you know, you are financially able to do it. Not everything in that case, but just to be able to be in a position where you can go look at a home and it's nice, and not that one, but just in general, because they still have a nice home, you know, for black family. I still think, you know, how all of these ladies are living on this show and stuff, it's really a blessing to see black people in that light, you know what I mean? So I was like, woo, go ahead, like, you know, black people. But then the accountant side of me was like, okay, is y'all ready to jump out here like this? And my whole time I was pointing my finger at Toya. I was giving her the side eye the whole time they was looking at this house. I'm like, look at this little heifer. You know, that's why I was feeling like always trying to put her man in debt. But it threw me for a loop because come find out it was all Eugene doing. And she had to be the one this time to say, look, this ain't it. You feel me? And I was like, okay, Toya, I'm not saying that I like you for that, but I appreciate you for having some sense, you know, this time, you know. But anyway, then we get to Dr. Heavenly house, and Heavenly having a seafood boil, honey. And she got her little lady out there. Now it's something to see because Allure is 12 and Mariah's daughter Lauren is 13. And Allure, for the B12, she acts such like a lady. Like, she is such a lady. Like, she don't, you know, she is such a lady. And it's like, to see that, it's like, I don't think it have nothing to do with anything. I just think it has to do with how, you know, what you're around. You know, Dr. Heavenly and Mariah, they are similar, but I just think Mariah lets her little girl be a little girl. I ain't saying Heavenly don't let her little girl be a girl, but I think Allure just be around adult like activities, not like as in not things is good for her, but you know, she was the only girl. She growing up, you know, it's like she's just so much more mature. Like, she is the little lady, you know what I mean? She is very mature. Always been that way too. Always. I don't know. I can't even put my finger on what makes that difference. I don't know. All the girls start to arrive. So we got Dr. Simone. She walk in with her non-dressing self. You know, I wasn't feeling the outfit. You feel me? It was nothing about that outfit that I enjoyed. The shoes was okay, but they wasn't like all that. They looked like that old movie Superfly or whatever that movie. I might be saying the wrong name, but you remember that movie where the man went to jail? Y'all probably don't even remember, but he went to jail, and when he came out, he was in jail so long that back in the time they was wearing them platform shoes. And so when he had got out of jail, you know, they give you the clothes you have when you get locked up, and there was a whole new generation going on, and he walk out with these shoes, these platform shoes, and they got the goldfish in them. And he walking down the street, and everybody just looking at him like, where he come from? That's what those shoes look like. It wasn't like, it was a no for me, the whole outfit. And then on top of that, the shoes would have been halfway okay if the outfit. She had on a freaking fishnet. Like, girl, no. I see why you was angry. Girl, that outfit was enough. So you need to get back with your husband so he can like tell you, because your man don't let you go out the house too bad. You know what I mean? Most of the time, your man will tell you, like, that's all right, or that's all right, you know what I mean? Or somebody, your son, somebody, you know, you just trying to do everything your way. And your way, honey, it's a no for me. Then Mariah walk in. Mariah look cute. I like Mariah's outfit. that was real sophisticated. I liked her outfit. Mariah, that was good. That was good. I liked her outfit. And then Contessa roll in. And just Contessa looked cute. She was just like kind of just, you know, simple, but, you know, still clean. And then Toya walk in. So I'm like, okay. So then they sit to the table, and here go Mariah instigating. So I can't quote it, but Mariah popped off the whole thing with some slick little comment. And then Toya's just like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time. And I'm just like, Toya, you had all that mouth at that party on that microphone. You know, don't let that liquid courage get you all pumped up to get yourself let down, honey. You know, don't, if you can't say it twice, don't say it once. You know what I mean? If you can't tell her what you said, don't say it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. And then when she got in a little confessional, she was running her mouth. I'm like, no, honey, you know, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling it at all. But that's why I like Contessa. I like Contessa because she know how to get you together. So then, all of a sudden, Quad showed up. And I'm like, yay, Quad. You know, so Quad show up. She got on her little outfit. You know, everybody looked, not everybody, but it was okay. But Quad was cute. So then Quad, she walk in and she speak to everybody. But I was looking like Dr. Jackie was missing. But I'll see later on, I think in the next episode, Dr. Jackie must came late. But anyway, let's get to this, what's going on right here, because this is all the tea. So Quad walk in and she speak to everybody, even Mariah, everybody. And then Dr. Simone pops it off. I want to know, you know, why haven't you been communicating with everybody? And then Quad just like, you know, I'm having issues in my marriage and stuff. And then Toya opens her mouth and said, oh, we've been friends for 5 years and this is what you do. Toya said, Quad just seemed like she wrapped around Quad. Ain't that always been Quad? I mean, when have Quad haven't been wrapped around herself? Like, that's always been Quad. So then that's when Contessa was ready. Oh, she was like waiting on that moment because Toya didn't want to say nothing to her, but she said something to Quad. Eagles don't soar with chickens, honey. Well, whatever, you know, I don't know all what she said, but Contessa got with her. And then everybody kind of started jumping on Quad. Dr. Simone said, you know, just ran her mouth. And then in my mind, I started to, at one point, I started to feel like, dang, I feel like they just hating. You know what I mean? But maybe it was just me. Some hate going on, too, with this whole Sister Circle thing and the whole show. I just want them to work it out. But they got to, my opinion is I think Quad should meet with all of them one-on-one. You know, or 1 or 2 at a time, because this whole attack Quad thing, I wasn't feeling it. I don't never like when, you know, I'm a woman, and I don't think it's nice when a whole bunch of women jump on one woman. I don't care. I don't care what she did. I don't care how she did it. I just feel like it's a time and place for everything, and I don't feel like 5, 6 women shouldn't be coming at one woman all sideways, you know. And then that's why I liked Contessa, because Quad run off crying, and Contessa just like hug her. You know what I mean? Contessa's just like real. You know what I mean? She just was like, don't worry about them. You know, Toya is plastic. Because she already know like how Toya get down because how Toya was acting. So she just like, she ain't feeling it nowhere. You know, so however they acting towards Quad, she really, at this point, she really don't even care. Because she just look at it like it's some messy stuff going on anyway. So I don't feel like y'all genuine anyway. You know what I mean? Especially Toya. So then Mariah sees her little person on the table. So Mariah like, oh, I want to take her purse. I feel like Mariah could have left that purse there. I feel like Mariah wasn't a part of it, so she wanted to make herself a part of it because it was a Quad moment, and Mariah never can handle a Quad moment. Like, she just never can. So she had to make it about herself, so she picked up her purse to take it over there. And at that moment, Quad just was like, just put it over there, just put it over there. Like, Quad left the purse because Quad wasn't worried about the purse at the time. If she wasn't worried about it, I wouldn't be worried about it. If I told her, here go the purse, and this and this and that, then Mariah gonna make a big deal. And then I talk about, I had good intentions. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. So then they in the go garage, and Mariah's like fussing with Quad, and then Quad like, you know, they fussing back, and then Mariah do a little tap on Quad, and I'm like, yo, Mariah, you just wanted something to be about you. You know what I mean? Like, you, like, come on now. It wasn't about you. You sat there and you've been saying the whole time that you know, you feel for her, all of y'all been through this, and you know she should understand, and I understand, blase, blase. Because Dr. Simone, just because you want to tell your business about what's going on in your marriage, everybody not like that. I'm that type of person. I don't like people in my business. Like, if I'm going through a personal issue in my relationship, might not tell everybody. You know what I mean? I might not. That's just me, though. You can't expect everybody to be like you. Just like you can't expect everybody to wear them shoes that you had on, but you warm. You know what I mean? So you can't expect everybody to express their emotions the way that they express them, you know? So then all of a sudden they go into this little hair salon. I'm like, what in the world is this? Is this guy Dr. Heavenly house? Dr. Heavenly do hair on the side? Or what? Or she got hair salon? What in the world? I was just like thrown off. Like, can somebody please tell me why a hair salon was in there? Like, where did that come from? A whole hair salon, little hair salon shop. Dr. Heavenly, who do hair? Or was that a like set? What was that? It was a whole freaking hair salon. You know, I want to know. So they end up going in there and was talking or whatever, and that's when they all come in there. They start talking some more. Dr. Heavenly ended up getting on Quad some more. Then Toya jumped back in there and then it said we are sisterly, and just a mess. Just a mess. Quad is crying. Quad trying to put her lash on. Her lash coming off because she crying. It was just a whole hot mess. I don't feel that it is their place to all jump on her at one time. I mean, like, Dr. Heavenly, you are supposed to be the hostess. Not supposed to be, you know what I mean, attacking her. If you the hostess, you brought this thing together, you should be woman enough to keep this thing at a minimum. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Like, it's just like frustrating. For one thing, like I told y'all in the last episode, Mariah don't really like have Quad best interests like that. Like, ever since Mariah and Quad had that fallout and Quad kind of came more up and Mariah had to go take her paid vacation, as she called it, then Mariah always had like this little jealous streak when it came to Quad, if you ask me. So it's like, you know, I'm just like over that. I'm over it. Like, don't keep having Mariah come in just to be the bad apple of the bunch. You know what I mean? Even though it started, but I just feel like Mariah's like, she know how to instigate some stuff. She like to stir the pot. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to Quad. Like, she want to stir some stuff up too. And Toya, y'all already know how Toya is. Toya don't have nothing else to do with her life. But she didn't want to check Dr. Contessa, but you can check Quad. You could talk about Contessa, like, I don't know what, on a microphone. But when she asks you about it, you can't say it. But yeah, you can come and check Quad. Whatever. I'm over it. Okay? So I'm about to get back to my studies, you guys. Make sure you subscribe if you want to be a patient to the Married to Medicine Review Club. And I'll see y'all guys in the next video.